Welcome to Writing Daily. This is Devin Galaudet, your host. This is the latest episode I think I've done. It's 10 o'clock at night. Normally I do a 1 p.m. show. I probably do that about 75% of the time. I'm really close to 1 p.m., but I have a good reason. Today was actually writing day. And so we're going to talk a little bit about sort of like the perks of going to literary readings. But I just want to let you know kind of, what this day was like. It's a little bit of a check-in. By the way, my name is Devin Galaudet, the editor-in-chief of In the Know Traveler. We cover 189 countries around the world for travel, tips, and news, and information, all kinds of fun stuff. And I'm also the author of the forthcoming September 18th memoir, 10,000 Miles from My Dead Father's Ashes. So I know a little bit about writing, and every single day we get together and we talk about how to be a better writer, be more participatory in your writing, how to be more efficient, to write better, to write more often, to get stuff completed, to market, self-promote, all of that stuff. We kind of cover it all here. Every day we kind of take a new twist, a new angle. And so today was actually my writers group. And then immediately following that, and I'll talk about my writers group at a later point, but immediately following, I went to an event. Let me see if I can find the exact name so I don't mess it up. I went to Rorschach Presents It's For You, which was and I'm in sort of like I'm in the Los Angeles area. So this was in Echo Park at 4 o'clock, featuring sort of like the host, who is a lover of writing of all kinds, David Rockland. And then immediately following that, about 3 miles away, was a Spring is in the Air event, Why There Are Words, Los Angeles. And so this was, both of them were terrific events. And I went to them both. And truthfully, part of the reason why I'm going is there's a certain networking element to it. And on another hand, it's just like, honestly, I freaking love it. I used to go to literary events all the time because it's sort of like a great place where you could just kind of be like a book nerd. And growing up, to give you an example, growing up, I loved baseball. Matter of fact, if you end up reading my memoir, you'll see some mentions of baseball and how much I appreciated it growing up. And, there was something about walking out, and seeing the field through the tunnel and all kinds of fun stuff. But the likelihood that you were going to catch a baseball was microscopic. The likelihood that you were going to meet a player in any vicinity of you was, like, again, pretty much nil, other than seeing them in binoculars, playing left field 1.5 miles away from you. What's great about a literary event, and again, of course, I'm blessed being in Los Angeles. They have them very, very regular. Authors are out and they're reading, and there's a lot of people, and it's wonderful. And so the events I went to, by comparison to, let's say, going to a baseball game where there's, 50 or 60,000 people, going to a literary event, there is 25, 50, maybe 100 at the top. Like, that would be a major to do. And what's fantastic about that is that, for me anyway, you get to meet writers that you appreciate and talk with them. It's so, okay, so long story short, tonight I went, and the first one I went to was David Rockland, and which was the Echo Park event, and he does it, I think, every month at Rorschach. So anyway, this is David's book, The Night Language, which is fairly brand new. I think I picked this up when he was speaking at the Last Bookstore in downtown Los Angeles. So, but tonight, not only did I get to see David again, which was a great thing, I also got to see Kate Maruyama, the best-selling author of Harrogate. I also got to see Patrick O'Neill, the writer of the fantastic Gun Needle Spoon. And I also got to meet Yelena Moscovich, who wrote the Natashas, which is something that I'm really looking forward to reading. On top of all of that, I also got to meet Julia Fierro, who wrote a fantastic, and I'm trying to find the title of the book, really brilliant stuff. And so at the end of all of this, I got to talk with all of these people. Now, I mean, a couple of these people I've actually known and gone to school with, and I've known them for an extended period of time. So I have a certain inroad there. But, you know, Julia Fierro, I really didn't at all. I was actually saying goodbye to Kate Kate Murayama, and then I just all of a sudden I found myself talking to Julia, and she is she's a great performer. She did great reading, and we sat and chatted. And so the networking side of this is that, yes, I got to go ask, and so all of the people I've just mentioned at some point or another are going to be here talking about their works and how they get through their writerly life. And their insights of doing it, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm hoping we're going to start doing that, you know, in the very, very near future. But it's also, not only do I get to see these people and talk to them in person, but what's fun is you get to see these really talented people, and they're right there. Again, you know, if I were to jump on the field to try to talk to a baseball player, I would be thrown in jail. But if I want to go up and talk to a writer at a literary event, it's kind of a no. You know, I mean, listen, we're certainly not promoting stalking at all, but we are just in terms of like saying hello and say, hey, I appreciate and admire your work. For me, is really kind of fun. And it's in terms of being a writer, and I think this is perhaps one of the best things about going to literary events. This is whether you've finished your novel or you've got anything in the pipeline or not. You know, it's where you get to sort of like surround yourself and see what people are doing right this second. This is what they're working on. And a lot of literary events, people are just kind of trying out their latest articles or their latest chapter in their books to see a live response so they can get a handle, an authentic experience. So not only do I highly recommend performing at them wherever possible, but also being able to see what talented people and people who really love their craft are going out to see, like, okay, what can I learn from doing this reading tonight? And so I think it's really a wonderful opportunity. I highly recommend it. If you are living in a smaller town where perhaps they don't have a lot of writers, put on your own show, straight up. The same way I started my own writers group, put on your own show. Go to a local coffee shop and say, hey, listen, I want to invite some people, tell them to drink some coffee and have cupcakes, and we want to do a little bit of a literary event. So you can probably get it done for nothing. Anyway, that's what I've got for today. As always, please consider liking this page on Facebook. Let me know that you care, and certainly hit the like button and leave a note in this corner box here. Matter of fact, everywhere you go, you can like us on Facebook, you can follow us on Twitter, you can subscribe on YouTube, and we're kind of everywhere. And we're starting to deal with the social media stuff in the very near future. So I'm going to be around again doing this daily. I know that I'm only 9 hours late today. But we're going to get back on track tomorrow in the afternoon. It should be a great day. Matter of fact, I have a special surprise as long as FedEx shows up on time. So we'll see how it goes. And until then, keep writing daily. Keep doing it. Be kind to yourself and just write a paragraph at a time, one word at a time, whatever you need to do at a time to get yourself going and motivated. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys again really soon. Thanks so much for joining us.